What is up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be telling you the top 3 brawlers for every single Solo Showdown map. The reason I'm making this video is because I wanted to go a little bit deeper into which brawlers are good on what map instead of just giving you like, oh, like this is the meta brawler, play this one. What I'm trying to say is basically that not every single brawler is going to be good for that map if I just give you a meta brawler. Oh yeah, and I also didn't want to repeat brawlers that are really meta right now. For example, Shelly, you know guys that she's really good, so I didn't really put her that much in the video. Yes, she is meta, but like I don't want to repeat it non-stop because it's just gonna get boring. So if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I totally understand that. It's just what I think that I would grind in that mode specifically, and your choice. You can literally play any brawler on that map. I'm just saying which ones I think that are good. So yeah, now I'm just gonna start the video. So starting off the video, we're going to be talking about Rockwall Brawl first. Now if you play Solo Showdown, you know this map just has a ton of tanks and a lot of tank counters. Like, that's the only thing people play on this map. So that's exactly what I'm going to give you. So starting off, we're going to go with El Primo. Now El Primo is so good for this map, and I honestly think he's underrated right now. Like, I don't see much people playing El Primo. Now what I love about El Primo most is that he's a tank, and I would even say that he's like a tank counter because he just does so much damage, and his gadget is so good, and his star powers are also pretty good. Now if someone's trying to backstab you, then you can easily just eat them away. Like, that will be no problem for El Primo to do. So if you're gonna play El Primo on this map, just make sure you use the walls to protect you, and those walls specifically, those spots can really help you out. And the best way to backstab Shelly's right now, because she's meta everywhere, when you're charging on her, or if you even manage to charge somehow on a Shelly, make sure you shoot her, then just jump on her, because that is so easy to kill Shellys with. Since we're talking about Shelly, the next brawler is Shelly. Yes, surprise, wow. Now why you want to go this brawler is because she just counters tanks so easily, so you can get that win super easily. But the problem is, the higher trophies you are, the more Shellys you're gonna see. So just play with her carefully, and don't be afraid to use clay pigeons. Also, here's a tip for Shelly. If the storm is closing in and you are on a side, then just activate your clay pigeons and just kill the enemies on the other side. This is so easy to do, and it's really helpful. Now the last brawler for this map that I'm going to suggest is Surge. Now Surge is just so good to counter tanks and Shellys if you know how to play Surge, but make sure you play really careful with him. Also, a tip for Surge is to get your super as fast as possible, because if you don't get your super and you just camp at the beginning, you're kind of done. So yeah, let's go to the next map, which is Feast or Famine. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like this map, so I don't play that much, but I'll tell you what brawlers I would play if I was playing this map. Now, Shelly's really good for this map, but instead of Shelly, I'm gonna change it to Amber. Now, you only want to play Amber on this map if you know how to play her, and the strategy is basically staying in a bush and charging your super with that star power. And when you charge your super, you just burn all of the bushes around in the center. So yeah, you also need a very specific build for this, as I said. Now this is the build you need for Amber, and I'll show it on the screen. And also, you just have to play really carefully with her like you're playing Surge in Rockwall Brawl. So let's get on to the next brawler, and the next brawler is Bull. Now, Bull is just really good for this map, and if you know how to play him, you should totally go for it. Now, if you know how to play Bull, which I did explain in my rank 30 video, then you can easily get him to rank 30 on this map, as Shelly won't really be a problem for you if you know how to counter her. And the tip for Bull is that you can easily kill Shellys at the beginning of the match when they spawned. And also, Shellys got nerfed, so it'll be even easier to counter them. Now, the last brawler for this map that I will suggest you to play is Jackie. Now Jackie is so good for this map. Why? Because she has a star power, which if someone hits Jackie, then she does extra damage, and it's just really good for Jackie, and it does so much damage. But the thing that makes Jackie really good for this map is her hypercharge, and her hypercharge is just insane. It's super good. I just love how enemies get slowed down even if they're not in Jackie's super. That just makes her really good. And also, why I want to play her on this map, it is because there's gonna be a lot of boxes in the middle, so you can quickly get them. And if there's like Shellys inside and balls, then you can just go in the middle of the boxes and use that as your protection. Alright, so the next map we're going to be talking about is Acid Lakes. So starting off, we're gonna go Eve. Now Eve is just meta here, and if you want an easy rank 30, then you should play Eve on this map. So how I want to play with Eve is go straight to the middle and just team with our Eves and just kill off every other person than Eve, but be careful because Eves can backstab. Also, if you're gonna play Eve on this map, I don't really suggest her legendary gear because it's not that useful in Solo Showdown. Instead, I would recommend using shield gear. So the next brawler I would suggest for you to play is Chuck. Now Chuck is really good for this map, and you may be asking why he's not that good in Solo Showdown, but he is for this map. So how I want to play Chuck is basically those 4 poles, put it in the middle and just wait till like the end game, and then boom, you can easily win. Also use that gadget that makes him go for walls, because if you're trapped in these places you can easily escape. Now the last brawler I'm going to recommend for you to play on this map is Pearl. Now if you're asking why, it is because Pearl is actually really good against Eves, and what I mean by that is if you can get his gadget on the Eve. So if you hit an Eve with his gadget, then you can deal a lot of damage on the Eve and then someone else can finish her off. What's also really good about Pearl is his hypercharge. Now when Pearl has his hypercharge, he can do so much damage. So just imagine he goes in the middle and does a lot of damage if you're teaming with people. Now another reason why Pearl is actually really good on this map is because of his hypercharge. Now what makes him really good here, which would not make him good anywhere else, is that slow thing. So when he places that slow ability of his hypercharge, then it can actually be useful on this map. It won't even matter if you break the walls because there's the water there. Alright, so this is the next map, and I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. So yeah, the first brawler we got on this map is Shelly. Now I'm sorry, but like Shelly's way too good to just not put her on this map. Now, I can't really tell you how to play Shelly here because it's mostly on luck. I wouldn't say it's mostly on skill. I mean, yes, there is some skill factors that you can use on this map, but this map is usually just luck. What I can tell you though is if you are wondering what gears you should use on this map, I would suggest speed and like either health or vision gear, because vision gear will be really good on Shelly here. What I mean by this is if you have vision gear on Shelly for this map, then you can just scout out brawlers easily, but you don't want to risk it at the same time. That's why I suggested health. But the thing is, if you can wait till the end and it's a 1v1 in the grass, then you can just easily win with the vision gear because you know where they're gonna go. Now the next brawler is Bo, and if you're gonna play Bo here, then you kind of need to be a bit more skilled and understand what you're doing, because if you are not such a good player with Bo, then you shouldn't really play Bo on here. What I mean by this is, for example, if you see a bull with his super and you shoot him, then he's just gonna super you. Like, that is such a dumb play, and that's what I mean, that if you're not really skilled with Bo, don't really play him, but you can practice with him. Alright, and the last brawler I'm going to suggest to you guys that you should play on this map is Buzz. Now, I don't know if Buzz is still meta on this map, but you do see a few Buzzes and you can team with them, so you can be like 3 Buzzes in a match, but I won't really suggest he was meta like before. And what I mean by meta like before is that before, Buzz was really good on this map. It was because there was a lot of other Buzzes that you would team with, and you can easily just kill all the other people in the map. So yeah, if you still don't understand why I picked Buzz for this, is because of his gadget, which you can see in the bushes, which is really good for this map. Alright, the next map I'm going to be talking about is Island Invasion. Alright, so the first brawler, and let's just get it out of the way, is Shelly. And yeah, I did say I'm not going to mention Shelly a lot, but this is the last time I'm going to mention Shelly on these maps. Now come on, Shelly's just way too good to just not put her for this video again. So the only tip I can really give for Shelly is if you're lower than 800 trophies, then you should be playing in the grass. And if you're higher than 800 trophies, then you should stay out of the grass. And the next brawler I'm going to suggest for you to play on this map is Cordelius. Now, if you're playing Cordelius, you want to stay out of the grass. Now, if you are going to play Cordelius here, then please check if your super is charging when you're in the grass. If you do see your super charging when you're in the grass, then just activate your gadget and you should just get out of there. Also, you shouldn't really be playing him in the grass, just stay outside of the grass. And if you're having trouble ranking him up, then you can just bush camp in these spots. Alright, now last and not least is Bull. Of course, Bull is gonna be really good for this map, especially with the Shelly nerf that she just got. Now remember, you can easily kill Shellys if they didn't charge on anyone. Alright, now on to the next map. So the next map I'm going to be talking about is Dark Passage. So the first brawler I'm going to suggest for you to play on this map is Nani. Nani is extremely underrated in Solo Showdown in my opinion. It is because he just does so much damage and you can just backstab people really easily. Also, Nani's gadget that reflects damage is going to be extremely good for this map. It is because lots of people are going to play long range brawlers. So for example, if a Piper hits you, then it's going to reflect a lot of damage to the Piper. Now the next brawler I'm going to be talking about is Brock. Now if you're bad at shooting far distances, then Brock is your man to go. That area damage at the end of Brock's shot will just help you out so much. So if you're bad at long rangers, then yeah, just go play Brock on this map. And he's also going to be really good for this map because this map is for long rangers. Alright, now the last brawler I'm going to be talking about for this map is Pearl. Now, for some reason, Pearl's shot is really long. Like, I am not kidding. I can sometimes be killing Pipers when they can't even hit me. Like, I don't know how that's even possible. Now, what makes Pearl really good for long range maps is his gadget, which does damage over time. Now, if you hit someone with Pearl's gadget, then people will start reacting, and by reaction, I mean they will start backing off. This is why Pearl's gadget is so good. Alright, now I'm going to go to the next map. The next map I'm going to be talking about is Flying Fantasies. Now, I just want to get rid of this brawler as fast as possible because I literally just talked about him, and the brawler that I'm referring to is Pearl. So, since I already talked about Pearl, I won't really give you anything more other than if you're playing Pearl, you can use your super to break these walls. Alright, and the next brawler I'm going to be talking about is Cordelius. Now, if you know how to play Cordelius, you can actually play him really well on this map. Alright, so there are some spots you can use to hide when you're playing Cordelius, and I would suggest to be in these 4 spots. Now the last brawler that I'm going to suggest for you to play on this map is Eve. Eve can be really good on here. Why, you may be asking? And it is because if someone tries to corner you, you can just use the water to escape really easily, and there are these walls you can hide behind, which makes it really good for Eve to be played on this map. Alright, and on to the last map. Now the last map I'm going to be talking about is Dried Up River. So we're gonna start off with Stu. Now Stu is an underrated brawler in Solo Showdown, and he is so good for this map. So you can use his gadget to break these walls, and you will not have a problem later on in the game to even try to like hide from people. Now, if you're getting cornered or something, you can easily escape with this gadget. And if someone has low HP on the other side, where the wall is blocked, you can just use this gadget easily to kill them off. And this is why you might want to use the +1 gadget gear for Stu on this map. Alright, so the next brawler we're going to be talking about is El Primo. Now El Primo is super good on this map. Why? Because you can escape easily, you can break the walls if you're getting cornered, you can do anything with him. The best part about Primo on this map is you can use his yeet gadget to just yeet people into the storm. So if you want to grind a brawler to rank 30, then you should give Primo a try on this map because he's just super good on this map. Alright, and last and not least is Chester. If you're wondering why I'm suggesting Chester for this map, it is because his supers are really good for this map. And also to add to that, Chester can deal a lot of damage, and since this map has a lot of walls, then Chester can be really good on this map. Now, I was editing this video and Brawl Stars just added 2 new maps. So I'll tell you what brawlers I think are going to be the best for this map, since I don't have experience with any of these maps. So this is how the first one looks like, and the first brawler I will be talking about is Buzz. So the reason you want to go Buzz on this map is because of his gadget, and it is also to see if there's enemies in the bushes. Now the second brawler I'm going to suggest for you to play on this map is El Primo. You want to play El Primo because I think there's going to be a lot of tanks on this map, and also you have his yeet gadget, so if there's like a Shelly in the bush, you can just yeet her out. Now the last brawler I'll suggest to you to play on this map is Shelly. Shelly looks like a really good pick for this map. It's because it looks like it's both a tank map and just a little bit of like long rangers, but not really. Also, another thing for Buzz would be a good pick here. It is because there's lots of boxes in the middle of the map, so you can easily get the boxes. Alright, so this is the last map that I'm going to be talking about. Now, I did enter this map, and this map is so confusing. Like, I did not know where I was going. Like, the bots were trying to kill me in friendly game, and I was just like walking around trying to figure out where is the center of the map. So, the first brawler that I'm going to suggest to you to play on this map is Dynamite. The reason this map is really good for Dynamite is because there are a lot of walls, and also there's lots of bushes. So for the people that activate their gadget with Dynamite and just camp all game, this is going to be your favorite map. This is going to be your most favorite map of all times for Dynamite in Solo Showdown. Alright, so another brawler I can see really good on this map is Cordelius, and it is because there are just so much walls, so you can just super them easily, and also there are a lot of bushes that you can just bush camp if you really need to. Alright, last and not least is Maisie. Now, you may be asking why Maisie. It is because, see these walls there? Yeah, you can just use your super and it's easy kill for you. And if you're getting like trapped, you can just activate your super and then boom, you can just run away easily. And yeah, that comes to the end of the video. So, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a good day.